Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Debra and Lead and Speak Without Permission. Today we have a wonderful guest with a surprise he's going to do later, Roland. And so, Roland, why don't you tell him a little about yourself and what you do?
Hello, nice to be here. Thank you for inviting me, Deborah. I'm Roland. I'm from Estonia. I'm founder of Becoming International. It's a company that helps local established speakers to go to international markets. As always, we are helping other leaders like entrepreneurs to be aligned with their core, their center, and make actions and new ventures and creating the impact to the world from there. And I've also been running a personal growth company in Estonia for past 12 years, and it's #1 brand in Estonia. It's called Success Academy, and we run events with lots of big name speakers in the industry like Robin Sharma and Robert Kiyosaki and Jack Canfield, and had many multi-thousand people events. And essentially, at some point, we had 5% of the whole population of Estonia on a mailing list. So we've done some impact in our local Estonian side, and now reaching out more internationally, getting myself out as a speaker, and also helping other speakers get out.
Well, yeah, I mentioned Chicago, and you're obviously from your accent, not from Chicago.
Yeah, it's Estonian is my first language. English is only a language that I've learned throughout my life.
Traveling international really does position you out there in the market and makes you, as they say, Googleable. So, what advice do you have for people looking to do this?
You mean going international as a speaker?
Yeah, because I know people are, honestly, it's kind of a really hot topic right now because people are afraid, with the world and things that are going on. It doesn't stop me, but I know a lot of speakers have reached out to me and told me, we're really afraid right now.
Mm. Yeah, well, there's lots of things that is amplifying the fear side in the world today, and I think it's even more important for those who have a great message or those who have great tools to support people to step up and be seen in this game. So it all starts from really having the courage and having the wish, in a sense, to reach to people in other countries outside of your own in and make it happen. So that's the first thing that has to be there. You have to have the desire for it. And the second one, I would say, obviously there's lots of different ways that you can go and be an international speaker. You can build up your own things. You can start with virtually. There's lots of different ways. And if you want to get on actual physical stages and be in front of people, then there's also many ways, but one of the best ones I've seen so far is to really play the connections game and get connected with the right people. And the right people for you can be different than for me. And it really depends on what's your topic, what do you speak on, what's your way. Are you more on a corporate speaker side? You do like keynotes, or you have some programs that you offer, and you are this pay to sell type of speaker that you have offers. These are also like very, very different routes. And so you first have to be clear on like, what is my road, what way I want to do that. And then you can start building the connections with the people who can either get you on stages, or who are the organizers, who have connections with the organizers. And essentially that is where the doors start to open. So if you get your first stages going, then that in most cases open up more opportunities. But the first ones are always the most important ones to get, and that often comes to connections. And how you create those connections is, I would just say, show up and show up in the places where the opportunities are, where the people are who might help you, and then find ways how you can add value to them, how you can some way solve a problem for them or add some value. And if it's an event organizer, you can be sure it's one of three that always they want more people in the room. They need great speakers, and they need also sponsorship money. So if you can somehow help with any of that, that's always a big plus. And obviously there's some other things as well. But yeah, in general, first you have to have the desire for going to international markets. Then the second is, what is your direction, like which way you want to be, a corporate speaker or pay to speak speaker, or pay to speak to sell speaker. And the third one important is the reach out and getting the connections and showing up. That's in a nutshell, shortly.
I know when I do international, somebody always wants to come with me because they want to have a few days in another country. And I enjoy that too. I've had a lot of people say, how can you speak internationally? Do you speak all those languages? And of course, I have spoken in many different countries, and it's always in English. And I've even watched other speakers struggle because of their native language in their own countries. I found that very interesting that everything defaults, like the world learned English. So take that fear out. If you speak English, you can speak about anywhere.
That's true. It's as a native English speaker, you definitely have an advantage in some way, because there's so many countries you can go, and you can get away with that, and it's people are used to, even if they people in that country don't understand or speak English, that they have translations. I work with a lot of people also whose English is not their first language, so there's even more fear on those sides, because then it's
Yeah.
like, is my English good enough? How will I be perceived, and will they understand me and all that? That's something, of course,
That's a fear, yeah.
it has to be at some level, but actually, as English being your second or some third language, it can be also your advantage in some cases, because you sound different, and in today's world, in many cases it's more important to be different in some form or some way, even if you're doing the same things that everyone else is doing, and it's exotic. It sounds fascinating. They want to hear more of like your point of view or your experience and your background, or where you're coming from, or how things are different there. So this can be actually used also as an advantage. So on both sides, those who speak English as their first language, they shouldn't fear anything in that sense. They you can just go to different countries, and you speak one language that is in so many countries, people understand and speak that. Also for those who speak English as their second or third language, that this is actually something that make them different, than this distinguishes them from other speakers, so you can use it in your advantage. So I hope that it will help to reduce the fear for both sides.
It does. Uh, I think that's probably the number one question I get. How do you do this? I'm like, everybody speaks English. And I know I love the connections I make across the world. I mean, obviously, you're one of them. I think it makes our world smaller as we get together and we get to meet each other from all over the world. So I think international conferences are amazing for that. What
Yeah,
kind of
well,
advantage can I get?
and there's two ways to look at that. It's one is like depending on where you're from, and what's your country and how many people you have, because that's one side, is like you can have more impact if you go to different countries and reach more people, but it's not always the case. Like you might be able to reach more people in your own local country, so that's not like, shouldn't be the only motivator there. But I think the other thing is more that comes down to your personal desires and interest, and what you feel your soul called to do. If you feel like there's something more that you want to experience, there's a variety of like the experiences that you want to have, and have the experience more cultures, and then and see the different regions, different people all over the world, then international speaking is something definitely for you, because you can travel more, you can go to places, you can see them from different perspectives also as a speaker, but also you can connect with people from all over the world. And one of the things that I find really fascinating is that as much as we are different in some physical things in terms of human beings,
Wow.
there are so much things that we're actually very similar, aligned as humans, and you can find and see that wherever you go in the world, people are pretty much having similar problems, similar situations and things. So whatever you've done in your local market that has worked can work definitely also in outside of your local market. But I think it really comes down to whether you really what's your preferred style of life you want to live, and if it involves traveling, if it involves meeting new cultures, new people, and impacting the world, then being an international speaker is a good combination, but because it involves everything. But if you feel you don't enjoy traveling, you don't enjoy that much of variety of cultures and people, then you might want to stick to your own local market.
Yeah, that's really good point. You have to want to travel. Yeah.
Exactly.
And I love it. And people go to me, you went alone to the Philippines? I'm like, yeah. I mean, I met a group of people that I work with there, but I have no fear traveling alone. But I think some people do. So bring somebody with you. They'll love you. Yeah, and it's so nice to meet and learn different cultures. It expands us. You're doing a really good service. Are you ready? He has his guitar with him, and I asked him to do a song. So would you bless us with a song?
Yeah, happy to
Okay.
do that. I'll give a little bit of
You ever done
backstory.
this on the line before?
And actually, what related to also being a speaker, whether it's locally or internationally, and I mentioned that briefly before, already, that it's really important to have something that differentiates from others, because there's in whatever field there's a lot of speakers, and especially if you go to international markets, there's even more speakers and even more people doing their thing. But it's super important to find your own unique aligned way to do things that is different somehow. And I love this saying that Lewis House, that when different is better than better. And what it essentially means is that you being different, authentically you, is more important than like getting like the best in the world. Because it's a good example. It's so a video just recently where there
Right.
was Bono singing and Luciano Pavarotti singing, and they both were singing in one song together. It was actually years ago, but I just saw the video recently, and it's like if you look at them singing, you can you can argue that Luciano Pavarotti is like vocally and like all the technical side, is much better. Like because like what he can do and all that, the variety and all the range and all that, you can consider him better. But I prefer Bono more. Like, so so it's like so that, so I think this is like a representation, or even like you take a physical representation of that. We're just in I went to Italy, to Pisa this year, and there's the Pisa Tower that's
Yeah, yeah, I've been there. Yeah, I got
uh,
pictures.
yeah, and it's funny with that is that this it essentially was there was a accident that happened in the sense that
Yeah.
they started to build the tower, and then it leaned a little bit, and they didn't finish it right away, but as it was staying there at times it settled more in, and now it was more stronger, the basis and all that, so they can finish the full tower, and it's like the leaning tower. And if you look at the tower, it's not like architectural masterclass to the best. There's arguably many towers that are much more beautiful, much more grander, and better in that sense. but there's millions and millions of people going to see that tower because it's different. And you don't have to be better. You don't have to be like the best. You just have to be different. So it might be, being a leaning tower, and you are different. So that's something also as you go to international is like what makes you different. And one thing that makes me different is years ago I started to play guitar, and 10 years ago I found myself a voice teacher, and I started to sing, and I created songs that where I put all this personal growth stuff into the songs. And now lately, I'm using it more and more on stage, combining my speaking with singing and getting people to sing along and all that. So this is something that
Nice.
making me unique as a speaker as well. And it's memorable. People remember. And if we're doing this podcast, then you will remember that also, that you might not remember anything that I said, but you
He
might
played
remember
guitar.
that this guy was singing, and it's like, and that's different, and that's the point here as well. So that's I wanted to give that across as well. And with the song, I also have a message. So and you'll be hearing that, and so I'll do. So I'll do for the beginning. I'll just do the chorus part, and then Deborah, you can say if you want more or not. If you are doing what you're supposed to do, you will be taken care of the life. If you are doing what you're supposed to do, you will be taken care of the life. And to share the message even better, in most cases,
I love it.
I'm also getting into this, playing the music in the background and talking on top of it. And this is a good way to help you to sink the message in, because I was thinking about doing what you're supposed to be doing. And if you are doing what you're supposed to be doing, you will be taken care of. So it's very, very important. Find that aligned way of you, aligned way of what really wants to come out of you. What's your true thing? What's your true gifts that needs to be brought to the world? And when you find them, then it's super, super important to really fulfill them and share them with the world, and take the steps from that alignment, so each person who encounter you, who get the experience, will get your gifts. Because if you are doing what you're supposed to do, you will be taken care of by life. If you are doing what you're supposed to do, you will be taken care of by life.
Oh, that was incredible. I bet you get everybody up dancing, don't you? All
Yeah,
the
there's
women, anyway.
a room together. I would be get you sing along and sing there, because it's also like a super good things to to get your subconscious. And when you express that fully by singing, by expressing it yourself, then it lands even more deeper.
Yeah, you
And
want
so,
to be remembered. You don't have to sing. I'm not saying that because some people can't. Oh, they
yeah,
will remember that, but not in a good way. Well, I love what you said in there, that they find what they do well. It could be doing comedy. It could be anything that they are comfortable with, a gift they have that they can showcase. I love that.
yeah. And some people are like good at numbers, or like, remembering things, or like, someone is dancing, someone is like,
Yeah.
so whatever it is, it could be very, very different things. And there's even I know there's also musicians who are like combining things that are, I know there's this violin player who's kind of she's dancing and playing violin at the same time, and she's became a like super huge sensation and has like this millions and millions of views in YouTube and sold out shows because it's different. she's, she's not just violin
Yes.
player and or not just the dancer. She's combining two different things that makes it so different and unique. And so me combining singing and speaking is something that helps to differentiate me.
Yeah. What do you have to say to people out there who say, I have no talent?
You're lying to yourself. That's the only thing I have to tell you. You haven't found it, or you haven't really tapped into, or you don't believe that. Something that I teach also is a framework called Own Your Value. In that sense, there's so actually the first thing before that is I also talk something about outstandingly humble, which is essentially harmonizing your outstanding and your humble sides in alignment in the center. Because the thing is that if you're out of alignment, if you're too much into this outstanding side, which is like you're playing from the ego, you're just, doing all things, I'm pushing through and, taking all the action but not like, um, caring at all what others think and also what how they feel and everything. So just rushing over everyone. So that could be one extreme. But then the humble extreme is that you just let everyone overrun you. You just always ask the permission.
Yeah.
You diminish yourself. You're saying that oh I'm not important or it's like who am I to and all those things. So you can also do harm on yourself on that side. So none of the sides is good to be too far off. But the thing is, how can you more align yourself in a center when you're too humble, you're letting others to overrule you, or you're not following the things that you know you're supposed to do, then your task is to tap into more of this outstanding side where you are willing to share your message, you're willing to be in a conflict situation with someone if needed, but in a way that you stay humble and centered. But being the willingness to do those things or show yourself or share your gifts, because when you're in alignment, then you can start finding out what your true core gifts and values are. Because the thing was, I was just sharing someone today that you can be out of alignment on one level or one side, and you can find some like, oh, I'm good at this, but you're not actually being true to yourself. You try to be someone else, and then you're like, you're you're in alignment within being out of alignment. So which is not good because because that's where the initial or internal like this conflict comes from, where that you feel that you're doing something that it's just something's not right with it, or I have something else to do bring to this world. But if you get this alignment, then the thing is, how do you really start seeing what is your things to bring on the world? Because in most cases, for me also, me being able to communicate, or also I'm really good at connections, like creating connections and then doing the connections game. So I initially I didn't see that as something valuable at all. So the first layer or level of is that you don't see the value at all. You just don't see it. These are like these connection things. There's something valuable in it. Like I don't even get that. And then the second level is that you see this value in someone else. You see that, oh, look at that person, that they're like doing this connections thing, and it's like, making
Yeah.
people do really find good partners, and there's business going on, and or someone you see someone speaking or singing and say like, oh, look at that was valuable, and but you don't see it in yourself still. And so then the next level, the third level, is that you see the value in yourself, which is essentially that you start to see, oh, me doing those connections things, or me having that talent is actually something valuable, and I can see how this is, already getting some initial results, or getting someone to appreciate it, or get some value out of it. But you still don't really believe that it's something really tangible as a gift or that you will have. And so you have to go to the next level, which is feeling the value. And this is already where you can really feel it in your body that that what I'm doing is valuable, and it's something that people need. You probably have by that time already got quite a bit of feedback from people saying that thank you for doing that. This is such a valuable thing, and so you can feel that. But at some level, you still have this, but if I go to these people, and I'm not sure if that's valuable. So that for that reason, the fifth level where ideally would want to get this is owning your value. From that place, it's not a question. It's not like, wherever I go, this is valuable. The thing that I bring on, this is valuable. And it's more like a knowing than a feeling. There's nothing, and even if some people don't like that, which essentially happens with whatever you do, then it doesn't bother you because you know that it's just this is my value, and I know that not all people will benefit from it, but there's a lot of people who will, and I'm just doing that and trusting that this is something that I'm meant to be doing here in this world. So this is then a sequence to go through, and if someone says that I don't have any gifts or I don't have any talent, then there's either one of those things that they haven't really got into alignment on their outstanding and humble sides, and they haven't found what's their value and really got to the level where they at least see or feel it and ideally own the value.
Yeah, haven't you found that people that say that and then you talk to them and you're going, wait a minute, you do all this? What do you mean you have no talents? No.
Oh, but that's no, I just this is just fun and it's easy and everybody can do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, yeah. And it's actually their gift and their talents, it just they take it for granted. I think sometimes we don't realize the things we can do. Not everybody can.
Like, I found out only when I started singing that I actually can pretty fast create songs. I can most of my songs it's only took like a couple of hours to just from scratch to have a full song ready.
Mhm.
And it's like, well, this is like something I do. And then it's oh, actually, this is something really valuable. It's like even professional singers, lots of them don't create their own songs. So it's like something, oh, okay, but if it's something it comes easily and naturally from me, then it feels like it's not valuable. But that's the tricky side is like those things in most cases that comes the natural easiest for you are exactly your gifts or exactly your talents. And that's the reason why they're coming so effortlessly easily for you because you are talented at it. So you just don't see it yourself this way.
Right. That's perfect. I mean, I think that statement, and also you said a little bit earlier, that's so important. Not everybody's going to like it, and it's okay. It may not feel okay at that moment. Why is it that if we have 20 people walk up and say, you did a great job, and one person says, well, I didn't like it, somehow we focus on the one person, not the 20 people? You know, I guess that's just human nature, but we got to get past that, particularly if you're going to be on an international stage. I
That
see, I,
very
uh, I see your word becoming there, and obviously you have not just becoming international, but you do a lot of talking as I'm listening to you about becoming who you are and
mm,
using it. That's
yeah.
special.
That's
Thank
where
you.
you're welcome, and because I really truly believe that that is where it all starts. This is coming back to the very first question you had, like if, what's the road to becoming international speaker? So then the first becoming is like becoming know who you are and what are your things that your gifts, talents that you bring to the world. And if you get the more clear you get on that, the more you own your value in that space, the easier it is also for you to reach out to other countries, other markets, and knowing that this is something that I have to offer to the world. And I'll share a little story here as well for with my personal sake that kind of helped me shift that for myself the international side. And I was a couple of years ago, I was walking in my hometown, and near a river, and then at some point I saw a sign on a wall, and the sign said, "For evil to triumph, the only necessary thing is for good people to do nothing." And I remember how I kind of froze there. I was like, huh, I've been that good person for too long time. And I know that there's like, I put on this earth with some bigger mission, and I just and how I know it is that not fulfilling that has been, I feel something is off. And the more I'm pursuing towards that, I feel that I'm going to the right direction. And even though I'm not knowing exactly the next steps and I don't have all the answers, but I just feel that this is the right direction, then the more I feel that I'm here to help other speakers, coaches, and entrepreneurs as well to get aligned with themselves and get their harmony in that sense that they can express themselves from that place and find out their value and bring this impact or their gifts to the world in the best possible way. And for me, not going towards that, I feel suffering. And also, I know there's lots of people who are missing out of that. So I have to be doing that. And this is something that I just have learned throughout the years that and I've been so much in that space where it's like, who am I to do that? Like, I'm coming from a small country like Estonia. I was born in Soviet Union and we have only 1.3 million people. And it's like, who am I to do that? Or why am I given this kind of mission? But it's been a process to just kind of accept that. The more I'm pushing that off, more off I feel personally. And the more I'm going towards the direction, the more I feel what I was singing before. If I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, I will be taken care of. And you see the signs. You start seeing that things are just aligning for you. And there's so many things that are just been aligning for me in different ways that is kind of like opening up the doors, like, well, this is your direction. You have to do those things internationally. You have to play with these high level people and then help them to get aligned. And it's been a road for me to accepting that this is my path to do. This is, and I have some to give them. And so whatever it is for you who's watching that or listening to this podcast, and this is also something you have to accept that this is my path. This is something that I have to pursue here in the world. And if I'm not doing that, I'm being that good person doing nothing. And we have enough of this craziness going in the world that we need those good people to step up, to be more outstanding, because there's too many humble people who are just being too humble. And we need you for this good foresight to kind of harmonize the world in general. So unless we don't have more people stepping into their power from good intentions, we'll keep on having this craziness going on in the world. And it's also easy to, it's like, who am I? Or that's just me, like, what a difference I'm making. But it can take only few people who are doing the things from the right intention and stepping up there that can make big differences. So that's what I believe, and that's why I'm so excited about sharing these kind of things, and also empowering others to step into their power and really getting it out to the world.
Yeah, I feel your passion. Can you tell them how they can get a hold of you? Now, I'll want you to give it to me for the call notes, but some people listen as they're driving in the car. So hopefully they don't, tell them how they can get a hold of you, because if this is something that's just making them go, well, maybe I can do it.
Yeah. So the one way is like if you already are a speaker and doing it on your local market, and you are excited about this idea or thought of going to international markets, then definitely check out becominginternational.com. We have a full mastermind where we're helping speakers to do that. And if you're looking for more of inspiration, courage on going towards what you want to accomplish in the world, you might want to check out my personal accounts, either Instagram or LinkedIn, and it's Roland.tokko, my name, and you'll find it and that's where it's easier for you to keep in contact.
That sounds incredible. And I just want to thank you so much for being here. Believe it or not, we're done. It went so fast. I loved everything you said and the passion. So if you're setting out there and this really resounded with you, get a hold of him, because if you're not using your gift, someone's not being blessed by you. And think of it that way. It's not a selfish thing. I agree totally with you. It's something that you were given and is meant to be shared. So get a hold of Roland. And I just want to thank you all for this. All right. Are you going to take us out with a song? Go ahead.
Yeah, I thought that was another one to kind of wrap up what you just shared. And fly on the wings that you have on your back. You can't see, but everyone loves them. Light up the fire inside your heart so you can let the fire in everyone else too. Fly on the wings that you have on your back. You can't see, but everyone loves them. Light up the fire inside your heart so you can let the fire in everyone else too.
Can't say it any better than that. Well, thank you. Thank you again for showing up and all the fun, all the inspiration, and everybody out there, do your thing. The world's waiting. Have a fantastic week. Thank you, Debra.